Working with EB Pearls, I discovered a love for tech. I think to see tech as a solution and not just a means of leisure or entertainment, but seeing it in the eyes of our disability space and the impact it can have, it's been amazing. My name is Jess and I'm a co-founder of Communication Spectrum. My background is in education, so I'm a teacher by trade.
My name is Jenn. I'm a speech therapist and I'm the co-founder of Communication Spectrum. When we sat down, we looked at the current things that are in place, chatting with families, chatting with professionals in the space. Is there an app for that? And if there was, it wasn't solving the problems that our families were encountering.
The families that we were working with, they were predominantly people who were autistic, had ADHD or an intellectual disability. We had to think really clearly about what we wanted that design to look like. I think what gave us confidence in EB was their portfolio. They'd previously worked with the Department of Health and Education, which was the space that we're in. I think we presented quite a challenge to EB in terms of how specific and kind of professionally gated some of the knowledge we were using and trying to adapt into a technology solution was. EB made a great effort to really understand what our vision was and the context around it. The team were really good in simplifying that and making that translated into colour, font, where to touch, where to tap, where to swipe. I think they chose members of the team who had had touch points with disability or some kind of personal connection to it so that they could understand what we wanted to build and our vision. The specific moment that really stands out with me with EB was that steep learning curve around what does it mean to make a minimal viable product.
I remember in our first meeting, we sat with one of the account managers and we said, look, this is what we want to build. And knowing that it wasn't just going to be a tunnel, it was going to be a funnel where other things could be built and exist around our original solution, and actually understanding what an MVP product is was so helpful.
Because we had built out our dream ideation of what we wanted our app to look like, and their project management team actually really helped us scale that back and make a tiered approach. So that was really, really helpful.
Thanks to EB for explaining that to us, because otherwise we probably wouldn't have known. Again, that technical landscape was new to us, but it's not scary anymore. Working with, I think it was Nikesh at the time, just so involved and invested to make that change, really considered and really, I guess, based around the evidence. And once we got it, I think there were tears.
Whether from a project management point of view or the tech aspect, we felt really reassured throughout the whole process that we would come out with a really quality product.
Working with EB was really actually quite joyful. It's not been their role is here and our role is there. It's been really collaborative. There's people that have never made tech before. We were course stretching out into things outside of the scope. So having that open communication was important. And our knowledge has been really nurtured by them to make sure that when we're in conversations about the tech solution that we've built, not having a tech background ourselves, we can translate that really well. That collaboration has taught us languages and information and systems that we didn't know existed.
One of the things that has really stood out to me about working with EB is just their adaptability to feedback. When things have not been perfect, we haven't been hesitant to reach out, and they've always stepped up and they've always made sure that we've walked away with something that we felt confident in. At the end of the day, I can sleep at night knowing that they've done their due diligence.
To really nurture that relationship, Jess and I would go into their office to do our meetings. We would often begin with a moment of, gratitude, because we know they'd gone above and beyond to help us through all these different milestones. I would recommend EB Pearls to anyone that is currently in our industry. There are so many gaps in this space, and if they're hoping to solve something for a really vulnerable person in our community, then please give them a call and just chat through the idea. If it wasn't for EB Pearls, I don't think that our product would be delivering the solution that it currently is.